Hello, everybody,
Good morning.
and hello to my extraordinarily handsome, bearded co-host, Jeremy Joyce, with USA national title.
Good morning.
Happy Friday, my friend.
Happy Friday. It's been a good week.
You ready for the weekend?
I am.
You ready for the weekend,
You ready to
Jeremy?
watch, yeah, we're going to watch foosball. It's going to be great.
You're gonna watch football. Oh, it's the Super Bowl this weekend.
It is.
I keep forgetting that it's the Super Bowl because I barely live on planet Earth.
Yeah.
But it is the Super Bowl this weekend. Who do you got?
I'm going for Chiefs. I am.
Going with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You're going with the Chiefs.
It's time
Why?
for Brady to take a break. It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ready for the young blood to come in there and take over and stomp the old blood out violently?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he's a good kid. He's done some good work. It'd be nice to have him, get two in a row. And yeah, so they can't be the 49ers,
Yeah, well, since it can't be the 49ers, right?
Right.
And so I don't care who wins. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm basically really football agnostic. I want The Rock to start the XFL
There you
and
go.
just sink the NFL.
Just go
Give
for
the
it.
players some ownership. Just sink that ship. Everybody
Uh-huh.
said the Titanic couldn't go down.
They did.
Everybody said that Goliath wouldn't go down. They were laughing at David with the slingshot. Wow. I'd love to see Dwayne Johnson sink the NFL. Okay, all right. Let's talk about our top stories. Welcome to the show. Brianna Darby told me that you never know what's going to come out of my mouth, but I think that's why we enjoy one another.
Yeah.
So Jeremy, for those of you that don't know, he is an advocate for veterans. He does a lot of really good work with VA Rep. We went to Washington, D.C. together.
We did.
Not just
We
the
did.
two of us,
No. there's
but a whole
quite
bunch of
few
people at
us.
VA Rep. Can you tell everybody a little bit about what we were doing at VA Rep?
So yeah, basically, there's a lot of people are always thinking about veterans, wanting to help veterans, and we just were able to. A couple of guys out of Corona got together and put together a nationwide movement.
Mm-hmm.
Get a lot of backing, and they actually go out to Washington D.C. every year.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Capitol Hill, meet with the heads of the VA and different government branches. They come and speak to us about programs they're working on, what they've got going on. And then on top of that, they go out to Capitol Hill, go and meet with senators and Congress people and speak with them about what's needed for veterans, try to get bills sponsored, try to get meaningful changes put through to help veterans and to become some kind of a VSO for housing advocacy. That's kind of what's missing is there's a lot of veteran outreach, but we need to make sure veterans don't become homeless.
Well, I'll tell you what, my brother, it was super inspiring for me going in seeing all of the stuff that VA Rep was doing. It was life changing, right?
Yeah.
And then going up and figuring out how easy it is to go up there and talk to your locals, to your senators, your congressmen, and really, make some change, implement some change. And that's exactly what VA Rep is doing. That's what Dustin is doing, and Dustin Lucci. So shout out, fantastic work. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. This is what we got going on the show today. Today we've got some great special guests in-house right here in the studio. We've got the French Valley Merchant Market, which is kicking off this Sunday. It's going to be every Sunday from 8 to 12. Are you going to come out to the French Valley Merchant Market?
I think I'm going to swing on by.
Fantastic. Yeah. We've got a local DJ, Chris Static, is going to be playing some music. We've got 44 vendors, something like that. Amy Serpa is going to be talking to Ginny May in studio about that. She's going to be heading over here from Crunch Fitness here shortly. So feel free to jump in. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is free for vendors. So feel free to jump in with us. She's also going to be talking to everybody about their fitness with the kiddos. Okay, they've got a new program going for middle schoolers and high schoolers right over there at Crunch Fitness.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. It just kicked off here in February on the 1st, goes Monday through Wednesday. So I think that's a really good program. Help kids kind of get back in a group and get out and be active.
Yeah, we love Ginny, and we can't have our kids living their entire lives on Fortnite and on YouTube, right? So shout out to Ginny for all of the wonderful things that she does for our community. We're so excited about the Merchant Market. I will be there. Amy will be there. This handsome bearded gentleman will be there. And I'm sure that if you're going to be there, Nikki's going to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then on Saturday, we're going to be in Hemet from 9 to 12 volunteering with Christian Tikas and the I Love Hemet Kingdom Project. Christian will be here in studio with me. He is my partner here at our community, and I'm going to be interviewing him about what he did. I was absolutely blown away. I went over there on Saturday night thinking that I was going to be a small gathering, and Christian Tikas is on stage. The mayor of Hemet was there. She is absolutely radical.
Yeah.
Have you met her yet?
No, I haven't met her yet.
Super inspiring. She goes around to the homeless, passing out her business card, asking people if they want to end their homelessness. Instead of giving them a handout, she tries to help them really change their lives. And so Reggie was there. The mayor of Hemet was there. Christian Tikas broke it down. He was talking about getting a 1 acre parcel, right? And putting tiny house lots on it, and then giving them an opportunity to get back to work if they're capable. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I love my partner. I love Christian. So feel free to join us. And then in studio, we have Central Point Behavioral Health Center. And I'm sorry, I have trouble remembering her name. Naomi. Naomi is going to be joining us. Amy Serpel will be interviewing her. This is a really cool program. You know, a lot of people talk about like needing help. Who do I talk to right now? And there is a right now 24/7 number. This program is local. There's 24/7 helpline, educational and community building, information or informal counseling and coaching, legal assistance, and ministry services. There are so many different resources, and at the end of the day, it's about creating this network, right?
Yep.
So feel free to stay tuned for that interview, which we're going to have on shortly. They're doing good things. We appreciate them. And then what I'm going to do is Monday we actually didn't have an Our Community News. Just didn't do it. Didn't feel like it. I was a little bit sleepy. But I'm just kidding. I don't sleep. I'm always awake. But I had a really great interview with Chaparral Actors Troupe, Chaparral theater teacher, high school theater teacher, Chris Irvin. And we interviewed him on the show. So we're going to play that for you guys at the very end of this show. It's a great interview, if I do say so myself, between two thespians, two talented gentlemen that are passionate about theater, if you can't tell from that screen grab.
Yes, it's a little bit of passion in that one.
A little bit of passion. I couldn't find one where I wasn't flopping all over the place.
Where you weren't animated? Yeah. That works.
Okay, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to send it to Amy, who's right here in studio, with the Central Point Behavior Center, Naomi, and she's going to tell you guys a little bit about what they have going on and how you can be a part of it. Amy, it's all you, my friend.
Thank you so much, David. I am honored to be here today. I'm sitting with Naomi and Jenny. Jenny is the owner of Crunch Fitness, and Naomi is the owner of this amazing nonprofit that I want to talk to you guys about today, Central Point Behavioral Health Clinic. And you do so many amazing things over there. She's going to be at our merchant market on Sunday, and so I wanted to incorporate both of these ladies here this morning. So go ahead and kick it off. Tell everybody about your nonprofit.
So what we do, look for the logo, you'll see us. So we're Central Point, and we run a 24-hour hotline. So sit there and provide support for you for whatever you guys are going through. It could be depression, you just need someone to talk to. Maybe you just lost a loved one. Maybe you're suffering a sexual assault. Maybe you just went through a domestic violence. You need help, you need safety. That's what we're here for. We provide 24/7 assistance. But it doesn't just stop there. We provide free educational workshops to our community. I mean, again, grief and loss workshop, domestic violence workshop, addiction workshops. We do a little bit of everything. Make sure you guys are always staying posted on our website. Monthly, we're always updating the list, showing new workshops that are happening. We also do counseling and coaching services. We have people that want to volunteer their time. So we have social workers that come, I want to volunteer 2 hours of time to your organization. We have life coaches, from health life coaches, spiritual life coaches, just basic life coaches that want to sit there and give back to you guys. So definitely, if you guys need services, we're definitely here to provide those. We also have our own in-house legal department. So we have paralegals that are willing to help you guys out with emergency restraining orders, from family to civil law services. I mean, it literally does it all, but we also do living trust. We do credit repair. We know times are tough. We sit there and we want to give back, to give you the services that you need. We also have our own ministry services. So if you guys want to come out and just do Bible study, prayer time, we definitely have that available to you guys as well. Stay posted. We do vouchers for those that need assistance for shelters. I mean, right now we know shelters are full, so you need a place to go. We do food donations, a little bit of everything. Definitely come check us out. We have so much to share with you guys.
Wow, this is absolutely incredible. Jenny, I can see that you're physically moved to
I was
tears.
impacted by, domestic with growing up in a household. Seeing my mom and what she had to live through. And as a child, it's intense and it's heartbreaking. And women, just the fear of staying in a marriage, thinking, hey, it's best for the kids. It's not. And then having resources and just feeling that stuck feeling and brokenness. To have something like this to empower, women to know that they have a place they can call or people to lean on and resources to help is pretty powerful. And, you can't get out of it. And my mom stayed in it for 55 years. She chose not to. Which is sad because she deserved more than that. Thank you. And whatever I can do, honestly, to, as a child growing up to that, it's hard. But it made me the warrior woman that I am because I was my mom's protector, and and I still choose to be a warrior. So I don't regret any of it. And but for women out there that if they need help, I would love to be a part of this.
Yes, definitely.
In Crunch, I'm going to throw it out right now because I just met you, and I'm such a blessing. Big Daddy upstairs always seems to do this. We will do a food drive at Crunch to help these individual, families, children, whoever needs help. I'll get that going Monday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Our biggest message is you guys are not in this alone.
That's right.
She has a story. We each have a story. We all have been through something. And if it isn't for you guys sharing your story, a lot of us can't heal.
Yeah.
I grew up in foster care. I was a victim of sexual assault repeatedly. I grew up in abuse. I grew up in domestic violence. We are going through stuff, and I want to break that label. We are not defined by our label. We are not victims. No. We are warriors, and we can overcome anything, and we can become whoever we want to be. And that's my biggest message to you guys. And that's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. We're so passionate about just giving you guys the education that you guys need and breaking the stigmas and the stereotypes that are out there that everybody's trying to hold us back. You can't be this. You can't do this because of what we become or what we're going through. We can become and we can do anything. And if you're in a situation and you need help, it's okay. Reach out to us. Right. There's a support system of people that are here to help people like you guys. And that's what I'm so passionate about, what we do. And I'm so happy that you want to get involved.
Oh, I'm in. I am 100% in. And for those that want to come through my door, I want to invite you to come in because it's time to take care of us. Physically, when you start taking care of yourself physically, it helps you mentally. So I want to give whoever wants to come in a free month on me, and I will personally work with you. So that's my commitment. And there's no attach. You don't need to just come in and see me.
You ladies are truly beautiful. Guys, this is what it's all about here at our community. I
love our
honestly,
community.
meeting these amazing and spiritual human beings. This is God is absolutely here amongst us, and you can feel the spiritual presence here and the beauty, and that we're all meant to be connected here. And I know that the three of us will tribe up here.
Oh, you kidding?
Probably grab some lunch after this and really brainstorm on what we can all do together because what you're doing is so important.
Yes.
And we both have our own stories. I know you have your story as well. But it's absolutely so important to get the word out, you guys. 24/7 help here. Any time of the day or night that you need to hop on the phone for some support. You have Naomi here who runs her nonprofit. That does have access available, 24/7. Like I said, you need a place to stay, you need gas, you need food, whatever, any kind of resources, you guys. Please reach out to any one of us. And Naomi here at her Central Point Behavioral Health Clinic. So thank you, ladies, so much for your time here today. Guys. And I'm going to send it right back to you, David.
Dave.
All right. Fantastic. That was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That was awesome.
Yeah, Ginny Mae, fantastic. Naomi, Central Point Behavioral Health Center. That was the real deal. There's a lot of love and support coming in right now from the community. I want to make sure that Ginny Mae is going to still stick around for the third segment and talk about what she's got going on. Right, Amy? Okay, so Ginny Mae will be back for the third segment,
Perfect.
which is great. The second segment, of course, is going to be Christian. But before we do that, I just want to let Naomi know while she's still here in studio, in our hub. She says, Naomi, this is such a beautiful thing that you are doing, coming from Christy Caruso, which, of course, is one of our partners here in the office. Gilbert Garcia said, good morning. I love that profile picture.
It was great.
We were talking about that, huh?
Uh-huh.
We talk about, you know, when we're young, we love the heroes, and then as we get older, we identify with the villains. We understand the villains. Casey says, go Naomi, you're the best. I love what you do. It's nice to hear the support, family. Thank you. Gilbert Garcia said, it's great to see you, Naomi. We all feel the same. It's great to meet Naomi today. We're excited about what we can build together. This handsome gentleman said, that's awesome.
Yeah.
David Serpa, I agree with you, 100, 100. What a smart input from you. Chrissy Caruso said, you guys are amazing. This is what our community is all about, just like Amy Serpa was saying. We're creating this network of people that we like to work together here in French Valley, and so that is very exciting. CK said, you're awesome, Naomi. Lots of love, lots of love. So next, let's get to our next segment here. This is going to be about the I Love Hemet Kingdom Project. We've got a little bit more love for Naomi sneaking in. We love Naomi from Magna Stewart. Thank you so much for watching, Magna. We appreciate you tuning into our community news. So right now, we're going to have Christian Tikas in the, of course he's going to be in studio. He's my partner. He's always here. We're hanging out all the time. But Christian is working on something called the I Love Hemet Kingdom Project. It launches tomorrow Saturday at 9 o'clock. I would love for you to be there. I'm going to be there. The kids are going to be volunteering with me. And we're going to bring up this camera angle as soon as it's ready here. Okay, so right now, we're going to cut it to David Serpa and Christian Tikas of the I Love Hemet Kingdom Project. Here we go.
Oh, hello.
Hello, handsome.
Christian Tikas.
How are you?
Very fancy to see you here
I know. Fancy to see you here.
in studio.
Right.
So for those of you that don't know, this handsome man next to me is my partner here at our community. And we're building this thing up together
Yes.
with everybody else who is our partners as well.
Yeah, we're linking arms here.
It's the beauty of it being agent owned. But what we got going on right now is this service that you're doing for the community.
Mhm.
We can't really separate it. We don't separate business here.
No.
We don't separate church.
Nope.
We don't separate the good works and family, right? And so tell everybody what you've got going on tomorrow in Hemet.
Well, tomorrow in Hemet, this is part of it's a multi outreach process of things that are going to start unfolding in the city of Hemet. So tomorrow we unveil kind of phase one, which is called Adopt a Block. Adopt a Block is really an avenue for the community to get involved, knowing their neighbors, cleaning up the streets, beautifying the streets, and talking to the homeless. So it's an opportunity to start really getting to know the people in your neighborhoods. We've selected an area in Hemet that is one of the worst areas, basically, where it just needs a lot of love. And tomorrow, basically, we're unveiling this project that's going to be a consistent, regular, weekly outreach that will help the community get involved. It's multi-church, multi-government, and multi-citizen. And even if you don't live in Hemet, you can still get involved because it at least will give you insight on how to help your own community.
Yes. I live right here in French Valley. I'm going to be driving up there with my kids. 2/5 of them. We're going to be at 40%, and we're going to head up there 40% kidded.
Right.
And we're going to come up and we're going to work with you. Now, the mayor of Hemet's also going to be there, correct?
That's correct. And
Now,
city council as well.
the mayor, the city council, they were there on Saturday night. My mind was blown. I walked in, I was thinking we were going to, be like having like a cookout, talking about eating,
Maybe sing some kumbaya songs.
sing a little bit, hang out a little bit, eat some tri-tip.
Right.
That's how Reggie got me there. He's like, the tri-tip. I was like, okay, I'll drive up to Hemet for some tri-tip. So I drove up there, and the place was full. And it was at, which church?
DP City.
DP City Church. And so tell us a little bit about how you met the mayor of Hemet and what you guys are doing together.
Well, I mean, I look at things that they're never by coincidence. Even Einstein said that coincidence is God's way of remaining inconspicuous. So God ordained this conversation with the mayor. Literally, we were picking up trash in the streets, and that's how we kind of met together. We shared our heart about what the city of Hemet needs, and it was kind of just a whole snowball of different people that I've been meeting in the city of Hemet that want to do something about it. And this is how the whole Kingdom Project was birthed, really. It was basically unveiled to me that it's a way of tying all the loose ends that every city deals with. So you do have poverty, you do have homelessness, you do have lack of resources maybe in some places, you do have abused kids, you have homeless, I said homelessness, but foster kids, you name it, elderly care. So this is basically a catalyst to help connect all these loose ends in any city, whether you partner with the local government, whether you partner with local businesses, churches specifically, and of course, concerned citizens. Yep. And you create this opportunity for people to get involved, to get out of their houses right now, because we've been cooped up for the last year, and really just start remembering that it's all about relationships and how we can actually build each other up.
Now, it's about what we can accomplish together, right? What can we accomplish together? And we've been sold this lie that we're separate, that there's a right and there's a left. But what can we accomplish together? That's really what's going on right now in Hemet. There's a lot of different great organizations that are working together, coming together on this. I'm excited to be a part of this. I'm going to ask you one more question. What can people do to get involved?
Well,
you know what? And really quick, before I ask you that question, if you don't want to get out in the streets,
right,
that's okay.
That's okay.
You were telling people earlier about the letters,
right?
Or JP was telling people about the letters.
Yeah, so that's
if you want to write letters to homeless people,
right.
So how can people get involved?
So one of the things that we're actually, it's in partnership, and it was created by another fellow partnering up with this whole thing. And he's reaching out to the elderly homes and a lot of the elderly people that are secluded right now, and asking them to write love letters. And he's calling it love letters from Jesus, basically. So it's a love letter written out, as if Jesus is talking to people. And the purpose of this letter is obviously when we're out in the streets, there's people that need to be reminded that they're loved. And it's a great way, especially if the person wants nothing to do with what we're doing there. It's just kind of a great way to just pass on a note for them to read on their own time in their privacy, whatever it is, just to be reminded that we love and care for them. I
love what you say about we're going out there to love on people. Just going to love on people a little bit. So tell people how they can meet you tomorrow, and then I'm going to jump back there and we'll get segment 3 on with Ginny May.
So tomorrow, Adopt a Block will run from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We will start at Living Way Christian Fellowship Church in the cross streets are Palm and Latham, and that's where we will gather, and we will basically break off into groups and tackle a few of the local projects that need to be addressed in that area. And again, it's for all ages. Get your kids involved, I look at it this way: that's just one of the avenues that Kingdom Project is actually starting to change Hemet.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a process that requires people. It takes a village. So as long as we are willing to care for one another and love on one another, and just remind them that they're valuable.
Love you, brother.
That's what we're trying to just spread.
Appreciate it.
All right, brother.
You're awesome. Appreciate your leadership. Now back to you, David Serpa.
Right.
In the lobby.
No, I think you
Wow, thank you, David Serpa, for that extraordinarily hard-hitting piece.
That was great. I think that he did a great job.
Yeah. Moved.
That was good stuff.
Great questions.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He's an excellent interviewer. He's one of the best people you guys have on staff here.
Christian Tikas, that was absolutely wonderful. We appreciate that. One of the things that we talk about here regularly in the office is as real estate agents, it's not good enough to be talking about the $1 million homes. What are we doing to provide the tiny homes, right? What are we doing to take this out of the estates and actually provide not just, how high the ceiling is, but what are we doing to provide a floor right now in our communities? So really excited about having Christian on the show.
No, I think it was great. I liked how we kind of covered that. Everybody has it. Every community has these issues. It's things that need to be helped and fixed instead of just saying not here.
Yep.
Somebody else should do something about it. It's great to see somebody get involved.
Absolutely.
Again, in case everybody missed it, 9 o'clock, Palm and Latham tomorrow on Hemet.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. It'd be great to see you guys out there, get you involved. Right now, Ginny May is still in studio with us.
Yes.
We love to see Ginny as much as we possibly can. We have partnered with her on the French Valley Merchant Market. Very excited about doing that. And that is going to be on Sunday in French Valley at Crunch Fitness off of Penfield. And she's also going to talk to us about her Crunch Kids Fitness program, which is already underway. So right now I'm going to send this to Amy Serpa, who is here in studio with Ginny May.
Well, thank you so much, David. I'm here with the beautiful Ginny May, owner of Crunch Fitness, and just this, probably one of the most beautiful human beings I've ever met. I'm so grateful for you and everything you do for this community. And so I want to talk about the merchant market and then also
Out
the
of
fitness
control.
Sorry, the camera angle's out a little bit. Bring that in a bit.
check. Thanks, David.
There we go.
Thank you.
It was so much hotness over here that we made the camera just fall over.
In fact, Amy, why don't you sit upright? You look like you're lounging with Ginny.
We're like, hey.
We're just hanging out.
We're just hanging out.
Where's the wine? See, but
Brother
okay.
always, we always get in trouble with him.
It's okay. I'm used to it. Merchant market on Sunday. So at this point, we have over
First
50 vendors
Stop
that
it
are signed up.
already.
And I am getting contacted constantly throughout the day and sometimes the night with some vendors that would like to come out and set up a booth out there. So thank you for allowing us to hold it over there at Crunch Fitness on your private property and your business, so that we can help these small business owners help feed their families. So
That's right. We're all about that. We're all about the community. We're in this whole thing together, and it's just bringing great people together that are business people. And you're right, building our businesses and supporting one another is huge. That's what it's all about. This community is, I'm blessed to be a part of it. There's a lot of love in this community and everybody here to help one another. So it's just an honor that we're able to hold it. So absolutely.
and tell me about your fitness program you have going on.
So this has been placed on my heart a long time ago. But our kids right now, their worlds are upside down in regards to like being isolated, being away from their friends, just being home, not being in their sports and whatnot. So mentally and physically, they need something. So we started our first class on Monday, middle and high school students from 4 to 5. 2 of my trainers are running that program. It is so exciting. The kids are having a blast. I just need to get the word out because, it's not out yet. People don't know we're doing this. We're doing it. So if you have any middle, high school students that really need some help, it could be they could be athletes or students that never done sports before. It's for everybody, and everybody's welcome.
Yeah, and for all those moms going quarantine crazy and school distance
That needs
learning,
a break.
send your kids right on over to
Get that
Jenny because I
energy.
know that's my
Get that
motivation.
energy.
No, my kids aren't quite old enough yet. I'm
Not
hoping
yet.
we get an elementary thing kind of.
Hey, we're
kicked off
working
here,
on that. We just gotta wait on that for a
Yeah.
little bit. Our kids club, as soon as the school's open, we're able to open that kids club. So that'll be huge. I know a lot of you are waiting for that. I'm waiting for it because that was my sanctuary. So when I would get stressed out in the front, people are like, "Where's Ginny?" I would be in the kids club playing with the kids. I miss them, and I would give them lollies, and I'm like, "Where are they?" It's just it's time. We love the families, we love everybody, but the kids, bring them in, please. They can try out a class for free on me. But Sunday, if you guys can make it, Sunday from 8 to noon, and we're going to do this every Sunday.
Yep, every
Moving
Sunday
forward,
from here on out, you guys. So if you're available on a Sunday, come out, get set up. Doors open at 7 a.m. for you guys to come in and set up. And then the event, like you said, is 8 to 12.
Yeah.
So message me if you'd like to get involved. Message Jenny. We're all looking forward to seeing over 50 vendors at
Get
this point,
out.
and it's
Music's
growing
gonna be
on
on.
Sunday.
It'll be a lot of fun. Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, pre-Super Bowl
This
party.
is gonna be the real party in our parking lot. So
Awesome. Thank you, Jenny.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate you so much. Back to you, David.
Fantastic. Ginny Mae, Crunch Fitness.
That was great.
So if you guys want to get those kids, get those little bodies moving, get them out to Crunch Fitness. And if you want to be a part of the merchant market, come out, be a part of it. Gonna have some music, gonna have some local business going. It's all about buying local. And if you don't know how to buy local, you're not gonna buy local. You're gonna buy from Amazon.
Yeah.
Right?
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
Drop
Okay.
Ship Express.
So we've got our last segment of the day. Oh, this is fun. Ginny on the block. Ginny is Ginny on the block. Okay, good job, Mom. We love my mom,
She has
of
your
course.
sense of humor. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Ginny on the block. Next, we're going to go to our interview that we had done on Monday with the Chaparral Theater High School director, Chris Irvin. Fantastic interview. Again, conducted by Mr. David Serpa. But I don't know how much longer I got you, so I'm going to say goodbye just in case I don't see you at the end of
All right.
this.
Sounds good.
And thank you for joining me. And now I'm going to send it to me with Chris Irvin. Hello, everybody. Hello, French Valley, Temecula Valley. Happy Monday to everybody. I am here live with the Chaparral Theater High School teacher. I am a fellow actor myself. I grew up doing theater. I reached out to him and asked him if I could have him on the show today. Chris, can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what you've got going on over there at Chaparral?
Thank you. We could probably do a whole segment of just talking about your theater experience. I could interview you.
I would love that. I've got a stage right here in my office. That's how much I
Really?
love theater. So
That's cool.
at some point or another, we'll figure something out together, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it, and giving me a chance to talk about the program and help to promote. As you can see, my name is Chris Irvin. I'm the drama teacher over at Chaparral High School. I've been involved in the theater department since 2010. I've been at Chaparral since 2002. I have a theater background, and it just kind of worked out in 11 years ago that I could start getting more involved in the theater department. And what we've got going on this year, obviously, is with all schools, it's definitely not traditional. We've certainly had to make adjustments with moving virtually. Certainly keep everybody safe, which is the number one thing. And we've adjusted. Yeah, the big question I get is, how are you doing drama on through virtually? And we've figured it out. There's a lot of things that I would normally do in a live class that we are able to do online, and it's worked. It isn't easy, but it's definitely worked. And we are now moving into recruitment and kids signing up for their courses for the next school year. And because we haven't had the opportunity to visit middle schools, the feeder schools, we haven't had the opportunity to do live productions in our theater, which brings in an audience, which then generates interest for those people who come see our shows. Since we don't have that, we're doing what we can to maybe take some different avenues to be able to recruit and at least just get the word out for for kids who are coming into Chaparral to consider taking drama.
I love one of the things that you guys are doing with, you guys were doing the improv troupe. And that's one of the things that I want to start doing here, right here in the French Valley Village Plaza. I want to get together an improv group. I want to start doing some stand-up comedy. Theater for me as an autistic kid was huge.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely crucial. It was the place that I learned that I had tics, that I had certain things that I wasn't controlling there with myself. And so I think that there's a lot of creative people that are being lost right now with everything that's going on with education. I'm really grateful that you guys are finding ways to adapt and overcome. Tell me a little bit about your guys' improv troupe and your guys' performance that I think just happened.
It did. We had we had a show this last Friday. We actually kind of gave it a test drive last school year when we went into lockdown in March. And we were all kind of thrown into, okay, what do we do? And I had approached the team, our improv team last year, and I said, I think we could probably still do what we do, but just do it online. And we started taking the basic games and tweaking them a little bit to work virtually. And we rehearsed, we practiced for about a month, and we gave it a shot. We did a show in May, the first one, and we thought, holy cow, it actually worked. And so then starting this new school year, we said, well, we know that it works, so let's keep moving forward. So we've done 4 live stream shows, and they are completely live. You know, the kids are in their own homes. I'm in my home moderating, and it works. You know, the kids are, you know, controlling their own cameras. And now certainly there are some improv games that just won't work online, but most of them do. And I've been really happy, and the kids have been happy, and the audience. And one thing that I think hit home the hardest, or at least touched me the most, and I know that the team members did too, is when we did that first show, we could see the comments coming in on the live stream, because we have the audience participating too. The audience through the chat in the live stream are giving us our call force. So we're able to, so the audience is able to participate, even though we can't hear them. But what had happened towards the end of that first show, people were commenting, thanking us for doing it, because it was some kind of normalcy in a very abnormal situation. And at the very least, they're like, thank you for bringing, you know, something familiar from Chaparral High School into our homes during this time. And that's been the motivation for us to keep going with these shows. So
absolutely, I love that. I think that it's so important right now. There's a lot of young people that are struggling with depression. There's not a lot of things that they're doing creatively. It's hard to do something creatively. You know, one of my theater teachers talked about doing art in a closet, right? So doing art in a closet, you know, and then having it not be seen. It's still art, yes, but part of the medium is getting out there and having it be seen. I'm actually here with a local artist right now, Kristen Saber, who's got a new piece for us in the office. And I want this to be an area where art is being shared, where people are seeing art and experiencing art. And so I appreciate you for what you're doing right now for these kids. I think it's extraordinarily important. How do these young people get signed up for next year?
Well, it goes through their counselors. So their counselors are, you know, in contact with the kids and getting them signed up. So I would highly encourage them to put, if they don't have theater experience, I highly encourage them to sign up for beginning drama. And one thing that I did want to say, because sometimes, you know, kids are like, drama is a hard thing to sell sometimes. You know, there's those hardcore, they're like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And then there's those who are like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to get up in front of anybody. But the way we sell it, at least for those kids, is that that's exactly why they should be taking it. You know, because usually they'll come in August and they're pretty shy. And by November, I'll ask them, I go, okay, based on when you came in August, how do you feel now about getting up in front of other people? And I'm not talking about just in my class, but in the other classes. And they'll be like, yeah, it's no big deal.
And so I can tell you, it's made me a better person in a lot of ways. I'm a better father because I know how to pretend with my kids. You know, I remember taking improv as a kid, and it's yes and. You know, and so when you're pretending with your kids, it's still yes and. They don't come to you and say, hey, Dad, I'm an astronaut. And then you say, nah, we're not astronauts. We're freaking, we're whatever. It's yes and. I'm a better father because of theater. I'm a better businessman because I know how to get up in front of people and to convey something that is in my head in a way that people are going to understand it a little bit more. So it's something that is very important. It's important to be receptive, to be able to say something in a way that people will receive, right? And so being palatable. And that's one of the things that I learned about, you know, of course, I didn't know when I was younger that I was autistic. But long before I realized that I was autistic, my family, my theater family, saw me for being different. They celebrated and loved me for my neurodiversity long before we had the words for it. And so I strongly encourage anyone out there who has kids that are looking to get into something like theater, or maybe even not considering to get into something like theater, because it's so important. It's so important to have that community. And for people like me who ate lunch by themselves in high school, theater was my community. It was the
Right.
place where I was well received and where I was loved.
Right, and you hit it right on the head. The performance aside, technique aside, like you said, it's community. And the kids who are in the program all 4 years, they go through the entire program, they do all the after-school shows, musicals, all that. They are a family, and I'm still best friends. My closest friends are my high school drama friends. And I don't know if it's just because if it's that growing and you grow together, and theater's just, well, it's any art, really. It's a different kind of connection. And I always say, what I tell parents is, if it's not drama, then let it be something else. As long as your kids are involved in something and it's something that they love to do and it's something that is getting them to school every day and they have that community, that's what's important.
I love that you said that. So my friend Andrew Harringer was here. He lives out in LA, and we did theater together for 3 years in high school. And he came by, and he was here as this sign was going up here in my office. And so it's a community that you're never going to shake. And in addition, I still am close with my high school theater teacher, Pete Miller, and we call him Strawberry Gonzalez. And so we love our theater teacher. And that community, what's beautiful about the theater community is you walk into any theater in America, and it's just going to be this whole gaggle of weirdos where it's just like, you're going to be welcome.
Right, and the other thing that I've noticed too with other departments, you go into any theater department across the country, any school, and it's the same counterparts. You see the same kids. You're like, oh, that's me. Oh, that's so and so. That's it's weird.
Yeah, it's just because there's a place for everybody. There's the place for the techies, the people that, because I've got all this theater lighting right now that I'm going to hang for the stage, and I was not a theater lighting person. I learned enough to become proficient, and that's the cool thing about theater. And so let me ask you a couple more questions before I let you go.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody, I love theater. For me, it's not a hard sell. Like, it's in my blood. I love theater. But for other kids, of course, it's a little bit of a harder thing. Do you guys do you toy around with film at all? Do you have a little bit of a film department over there at Chaparral, or is this mainly a stage?
We have. I actually was the TV video teacher when I first started at Chaparral, as well as English. And then I transitioned 100% into theater. So someone else was taking over TV video. We do have a department. It's in transition, especially during this time. But we do. Now, in the last couple of years, we have not done, I think, let me back up. I do have a film unit and an acting for camera unit within the curriculum of the classes, but we haven't gone so far as to collaborate with the other classes. The kids have kind of done it on their own. Yeah.
That's great. And so you said, what's on the roster here for next year? Do you already have your playbill set up? Do you already have your plays picked out?
Unfortunately, last year, our spring musical, Sweet Charity, which was done, by the way, it was done, and then we got shut down. And then we thought, okay, that's all right. We'll push it off for a few weeks. All right, we'll push it off to the summer. Okay, let's push it off to August. And then it's like, it's not going to happen. To the point where I'm like, well, gosh, maybe we could do an alumni show the following summer, because honestly, the set pieces are still sitting on the stage.
I really hope that it gets a chance to get seen. Like,
Yeah.
I love theater. I love live theater. There's nothing that will ever replace the energy and the excitement of live theater. So, I applaud you for holding on to the set. I hope that you guys get to do an alumni show. What are you guys looking at for next year?
Well, I don't know if the alumni show is going to happen, but what was scheduled for this year, which I actually postponed until next year, We're going to do, for sure, we're doing the musical called Something Rotten. It had just been released this last year, so I was really excited to jump on it. It's not going to happen this spring. So, we chose to postpone it till next spring. I do have some ideas for what will be happening in the fall, as well as our spring straight play, but the kids don't know that yet. They don't know what it is, so I'm gonna keep that to myself right now. But I know.
Good for you. Oh, captain, my captain. Good teacher for not spilling the beans here, not letting me pressure you at all. Christian Tika said, theater's the perfect outlet for teenagers to get their teenage angst out. I love what theater did for me in high school. And I'll tell you what, so for me, theater was a place where there was a lot of love. There's a lot of love.
Mhm.
And my kids like to make fun of the oldest teenager. They say, oh, you might not like it because it's not a very angsty movie or whatnot. But here's the truth. For me, theater was a place where, everywhere else people were being bullied. Everywhere else people were having issues with trying to fit in. Theater has never been a place where I have experienced this kind of bullying. And when it does happen, the community generally is like, hey, listen, we don't do that stuff here. That's not how we roll. We don't do the outcast thing. So I applaud you for what you're doing. I'm glad that you're going to have hopefully a chance to get started in the fall. How can people keep up with Chaparral Actors Troupe? How can they find you and follow you guys with what you got going on right now?
Well, we are on Facebook. Chaparral Actors Troupe has a Facebook page, so certainly you can friend that page. Not a whole lot has been posted this year, but that is soon to change. For sure. And that's where I post, like with the improv shows. If anyone wants to check out an improv show this year, we will have another one in March, and then the final one for the year in May. So we actually are wrapping it up. We're on and then we'll probably have 3 more before the end of the
If you guys ever
school.
want to do anything here at our community and do something like right here on this little stage, the space is yours to use in the future.
Thank you.
When you're up and running. Maybe we could have some fun and whatnot and do something different. I'd love to come down to Chaparral and watch your improv show if we get up and open and all that good stuff. I applaud you for keeping your kids involved in the interim there, Mr. Irvin.
Great, thank you. Thank you for having me on. Thank you for taking an interest in us, and I really do appreciate it. I know the kids do too.
No, absolutely. So shout out to all the kids, Chaparral Actors Troupe. I'm sorry that this is happening in your senior year, your junior year. Hang in there, guys. You guys got a solid community. It's clearly led by a heck of a teacher here in Mr. Irvin. So sending you love and respect to you and the Chaparral Actors Troupe. And hoping that you guys all pull through this and we see everybody on the other end. I'm looking forward to sitting out in the crowd and applauding my fellow thespians as you guys get started in your new season. So thank you so much for joining me on the show. Anything for us in closing, my friend?
Just again, if you have a student that is coming into Chaparral as a 9th grader, really encourage them, because they may realize they may not think they want to do drama, and maybe once they get in, they realize, hey, this is something I really like to do, and it's something I can do.
Absolutely. Theater.
We will take anybody. Yeah.
It changed my life. I'm a better, like I said, better dad, better father, better member of the community, better leader because of theater. So thank you for all of these life skills that you're giving these kids. They don't even realize that they're getting them. Theater is extraordinarily undervalued as far as I'm concerned in every high school across California. So I appreciate you fighting the fight and keeping the arts involved. And we'll be, again, sending you love, support, and respect, my friend. Thank you for joining us here on our community news today. And we will be tuning in to watch Chaparral Actors Troupe and all of your players getting out there into the world. Thank you for joining me on the show, Chris. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Take
Bye.
care.
Wow, David Serpa, compelling interview.
That was great. He's really going for Employee of the Month.
Employee of the Month, what a hustler that David Serpa, just bouncing around, wearing sweats,
Yeah.
interviewing high school teachers.
Yeah.
A big thank you to Chris Irvin over there at Chaparral High School with the Chaparral Actors Troupe. He's doing a lot of good things. We were just in here talking during that interview about, could you imagine teaching theater in 2020, 2021?
Yeah, I have to just stay connected while having to be disconnected the whole time, and try to keep everybody motivated. It's a great job that he's continuing to do over there for all the kids.
Absolutely. That's the kind of thing that nobody would have blamed Chris for phoning it in.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he's talking about doing improv with high school students via Zoom.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. My respect, my brother. Fantastic. So thank you guys all for tuning in for the show today. We talked about the French Valley Merchant Market, which is going to be happening on Sunday from 8 to 12 over there at Crunch Fitness. We talked about the Crunch Fitness Kid Program.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get your kids moving, bring them over to see Ginny over at Crunch Fitness. We talked about the Hemet Kingdom Project, which is going to be happening on Saturday, tomorrow morning,
Tomorrow
from
at
9 to 12.
Latham and Palm.
And then we talked about, what else we talked about? Central Point Behavior Center. Yeah. Good stuff, Naomi.
It's a good program.
That was a great interview. Ginny ended up stepping in on that interview with Amy, or, I don't want to say stepping in, but it ended up being a lot of fun.
Yep.
Very good interview. Pretty emotional, really solid, what our community is all about. And then, of course, we ended that there with the Chaparral Theater High School director, Chris Irvin. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to our community news. This is my co-host for the day, Jeremy Joyce.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being a part of this family. We will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Ta-ta-ta-ta.